All right, here we go. Here we go. We got a load. We are going to New Jersey. Keep right and then keep left. Right now I'm going through Cincinnati, Ohio. It's actually pretty nice, man. So one thing I like about trucking, man, you see like nice places like this. You know, like looks pretty cool, man. Cool, man. It's a nice little downtown. It's not too bad, actually. After half a mile, keep right. So yeah, it's took over 2 days and a half in order for me to get a load, but luckily I got a load. So you know, we're doing our thing, man. We are grinding. Look how beautiful this is, man. Look at it. That is pretty nice, man. Pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice, if you ask me. Look at that. Now keep right. 40-mile-an-hour turn. I'm not too heavy, but if I was, man, you got to be super careful, you know, and depending on the loads you have too. But yeah, you got to be very careful when you're doing turns like this, man, because if you don't, you're gonna flip. You gonna flip, baby boo. And that's the last thing you want. Oh, nice. A tunnel. All right, we're done. Me and my kids, we have a little thing where we do that all the time. I don't know why, but we do this all the time. Whenever we go in a tunnel, we have to scream like that. But yeah, anyways, man, trucking at night is definitely a whole different story. It has its pros and cons. I kind of like it, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, it definitely has its pros and cons because not everybody is capable of driving. You know what I mean? Not everybody is capable of driving at night. But I think I can, you know. I'm not the best at it, but I'm alright. I'm good enough to defend myself, you know what I mean? And yeah, so we are putting in some good miles. This is roughly around 615 miles. I mean, it's not a lot. It's a little bit more than the last one, and this is all I'm getting for the week, man, unless they get me like a short run when I get there, because I'll still have a couple hours to drive. But other than that, you know, this is about a 9.5 hour run. It's gonna take me about 10 hours because, you know, I gotta take a 30-minute break. Yeah, so one of the things that I really like about trucking at night is that the traffic is definitely not there, especially when you go through some major cities like the one that I just went through. It was pretty damn empty, you know, so I don't have to worry about having to go through a bunch of traffic and just waste a bunch of time, man. Some people, for that sole purpose or that sole reason, they just rather start driving, you know, at night, or plan it accordingly when, you know, it's never gonna work out the same, but you can always, like, depending on where you're at or whatever, you can stop before or stop ahead or whatever the case may be. Or in this situation, you know, it worked out perfect because I didn't have to do anything. My load was at midnight, you know, and actually it was like 1 in the morning. 1 something in the morning, and yeah, so I'm basically avoiding all the traffic, you know. And then one thing I try to do when I'm driving for long periods of distances, it's like I'll do my hardest, you know, like if I know that there's a like a major what do you call it, like if there's a major downtown area, like farther ahead, I'll try to make sure that instead of finishing before, I'll try to finish after, after I pass it as much as I can, because then you don't want to wake up in the morning or whatever. You know, you take your 10 hours and you wake up in the morning, and the next thing you know, you start your day and boom, you're stuck in traffic. So that's one thing I recommend you guys doing, is paying attention to big downtowns that are up ahead. And before you determine that you're gonna stop, you know, try to stop, but when you pass a downtown, so you don't have to wake up in the morning, and that's like the first thing you have to worry about is all that traffic, because you're going through a downtown in the morning, you know. And so I've learned that the hard way, because yeah, you know, go to sleep and I'm wake up the next day fresh, like around 7 in the morning, 8, whatever, and the next thing you know, it's like I'm stuck for like an hour in traffic, you know. And it just sucks, man. It just completely sucks. So yeah, that's something that you'll learn eventually, to do stuff like that, because it's not fun to be stuck in traffic, you know. It's really not fun. Yeah, and then another thing too, like, I don't know about you guys, but, or some people, some drivers can agree with me on this. During the day, you know, if you're early in the morning, you know, or just during the day, or in the evening when the sun's setting, the sun, man, sometimes you're driving towards the sun and it's like blinding, bro. So it's like, damn it, man. It's always like good to drive at night, because then you don't have to worry about that either, man. And then in the morning, dude, that sun that's bright, super bright in the morning, man, and it's so crazy, man. It's blinding. You definitely gotta have sunglasses, because if you don't, man, it can get a little difficult to drive sometimes, depending on how straight you're driving into that damn sun. So yeah, that's another thing too, man. That's another cool reason why, you know, it's kind of cool to drive at night. You just have to make sure that you're very well rested, and you don't have to worry about anything else. Like, you don't have to worry about being sleepy, you know, even though some people still, after sleeping hours and they wake up to drive at night, they still can't do it. They can't hang, or if they do, they have to stop and take a break and then keep going. But my favorite time to start is at 1 in the morning, to be honest, because all it takes is like 5 hours of driving, and then next thing you know, the sun comes out. And so regardless of how tired I am, well, I mean, if I get a good night's sleep, I'm not gonna tired, right? But I don't know how to explain it. Like, as soon as that sun comes out, it's over with. I am not tired until like 1 a.m. the next day, you know. So I can hang if I had to hang for that long, you know. But yeah, that for me it helps. So I like to start at 1 in the morning, drive around for like like 5 hours, maybe 6 hours at most, and then the sun comes out, and then you're good. But again, that's just me. That's my personal preference. And as long as I have some glasses, I can keep driving. It's not a problem. And especially if I'm driving towards the sun. If I'm not, then it's even better, man. Right now, I haven't been drinking any energy drinks. I actually completely let go of coffee. And let me tell you guys something. For all you coffee lovers, man. Hey, look at this. What's over here on the right? I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but just a bunch of lights. Now you guys can't see it. Man, that's sucks, because I'm trying to show you guys something, but it's kind of hard with this. This screen is pretty terrible. So yeah, so I haven't been drinking coffee, and let me tell you guys that it's not something that you need. A lot of people have that fear because they get a withdrawal. You know, they get a couple of withdrawals, like, oh no, I can't stop drinking coffee because my head hurts. And yes, that's true, but believe me, the grass is greener on the other side. It's a lot greener than depending on coffee. And I mean, I'm married to a Colombian, so let me tell you that I got to a point where I started drinking a lot of coffee, and it's not necessary. It is 110% not necessary. If you don't even have to eat right, like be like super healthy to have perfect energy, but you can just eat decent enough. Like, don't have bad eating habits, because yeah, eating bad, the food makes you drowsy, makes you sleepy, and just having a bad health in general makes you just more wary, like more tiresome, you know. So yeah, try to eat a little bit healthier, drink more water, and you don't need coffee at all, man. 110%. I have let go of coffee. I don't even think about coffee no more, and I never got any withdrawals. Okay, so, and it's not, don't say because no, oh, you don't drink enough. I drink sometimes. I used to drink 1 cup of coffee a day, go home, and then drink more coffee at the house sometimes at night, you know. And so I know for a fact I used to drink a lot of coffee. So, you know, I know everybody's not the same. I was able to, you know, not feel any withdrawals when I let it go. And I think maybe I did like a headache for a day, the first day or two maybe, and that's it, you know. But other than that, nothing crazy. And I've been able to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, I don't feel like I'm sleepy. I get tired. I have plenty of energy, you know. So coffee is not necessary, y'all. Y'all can leave it, man, if you guys want to. You guys don't have to stay with coffee and just drink coffee all the time. It's not important. It's not necessary. So that's one thing I can tell you guys. Take my word on it. You guys can live without coffee and be full of energy. You know what I mean? But let me tell you one thing though. I did find this one packet. It's supposed to be like a powder. It's a powder, I should say, because I've already used it. It's a powder. I don't know the name, but it's healthy. It's not bad. It's not full of sugar, caffeine, or all that stuff that comes in a Red Bull and you know, Monsters and all that stuff. It's supposed to be way healthier, a lot more healthier than, you know, like drinking those energy drinks. And let me tell you, it doesn't. Okay, like, I don't know about you guys, but when I drink Red Bull, I can totally tell a difference in my heartbeat. It's like there's something weird about it. This was like, damn, what the hell just give me? Oh hell no! And it's like just beating and beating and beating, and I can feel that beat get a little bit faster and faster, right? But that's just me. I don't know if that does the same thing for everybody. Caffeine, you know, it kind of, you know, makes me jittery a little bit. And then not to mention the crash at the end. It feels bad once you're coming down from it. You feel like you want another one. So this powder I found, I don't know the name, but when you drink it, you just gotta pour it in a bottle of water. You drink it, you shake it, you drink it. Dude, I don't even drink the whole thing. I just drink half of it. And the next thing you know, if I was starting to feel a little bit sleepy, the sleep is completely gone. And I'm gonna tell you guys the story. So it was a day that I didn't get a load. I was supposed to be sleeping. I didn't sleep. And next thing you know, I went to go sleep, but super late in the day. And so yeah, that was my fault. I stayed awake instead of going to sleep. And by the time I was trying to fall asleep, they got me a load. It was a load going from California to Texas, about 1,800 miles. And I told the guy, hey man, but I haven't slept anything all day. I should have slept and I didn't. He said, well, come on man, this is a good load. You know, if you have to, drive as much as you can and pull over and sleep. And I said, all right, whatever. I remembered I had those little packets that I'm telling you guys about. And so I was like, whatever, you know what? If I start feeling a little bit sleepy, I'm gonna take half of that powder, or the water, half of the water mixed with the powder. I'm gonna take half of that, drink it, and just keep drinking as I need it, I guess. Man, you're not gonna believe me. I stayed awake for about 36 hours. 36 hours. And I did not feel sleepy, man. And the beautiful thing was that at the end, when it was time for me to go to sleep, it was just as simple as that. Close your eyes, try to go to sleep, and then I can fall asleep. Sometimes when you drink these energy drinks, like Red Bull, Monster, and all those Bang or whatever, it's like you can't even go to sleep sometimes right after, you know, because like you still feel jittery or whatever. All that caffeine, not nicotine, but whatever the hell they put in there, taurine, whatever, all that garbage, man, sugar, it doesn't let you go to sleep. So these packets are magical, man. I'm gonna put the name of it later on when I find out what the name is. I don't have any more, so I don't know the name. But when I get more, I got them from my parents. It's like a company that sells these healthy stuff, products, you know, for your immune system, and they sell these energy powders, and they're healthy, you know, they're not bad. So I'm gonna let you guys know, because man, if you guys can get a hold of them, it's good, man, for you guys out here, man. If you're trucking, dude, especially if you're driving at night and you know you can't hang, you drink one of those and bam, you guys are good to go. But anyway, so that's what I am going to be doing. As you can tell, there is no more lights. I went through the downtown area, and as of right now, there is absolutely no lights. So I'm just gonna let you guys go. What the hell? Yeah, I'm just gonna let you guys go, and more than likely, you know, if I see anything interesting, or when the day comes, or as I get closer to delivery, I'll tune in with you guys again before the end of the video. And this time I'm gonna try to get a backing in this video, because I haven't really done a backing in a while. So I want to show you guys that, you know, I feel like I got a little bit better, you know. And so I want to show you guys so you guys can judge me, tell me what you guys think. Let me know, put it in the comments below. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, so don't go away, stay tuned. Good morning, truckings. Good morning. It's morning now, so I decided to record a little bit again. We still have about 4 hours left, I think. Yeah, about 4 hours and a half. 4 hours and a half. How many miles? Let's see. 270 miles. That's what we have roughly right now. And yeah, we're still driving. I actually had to stop last night for a little bit because I was feeling fatigued. I was feeling tired, and I hadn't really slept the night before because you know, for 2 days I didn't have a load, so I was just awake during the day, you know, sleeping at night, awake during the day, sleeping at night. And then this last day, or this last time, you know, same thing. I was awake most of the day, even though I did have plenty of time to go to sleep. But I had like at least 5 hours to go. No, like 7 hours when they gave me this load to go to sleep. But you know, it's just a habit. You know, it's like you know, I got my body used to staying awake during the day, and then, you know, not and going to sleep at night. So it was kind of hard for me to fall asleep last night, so I didn't really get good sleep, and that's why I was feeling fatigued last night. But that's the beautiful thing about doing OTR. You know, they give you a time, they give you a schedule. Most of the time they give you plenty of time to mess with. So I stopped, and I think I slept at a truck stop. No, it was a rest area for about 2.5 hours. So I slept for 2.5 hours. Gave me plenty of energy. By the time I woke up, it was already daylight, or starting to be daylight, you know. But yeah, so I feel good, man. I'm, again, you know, got another 4.5 hours left, or 4 hours left, so I'm good to go, man. We're definitely gonna make it on time for our delivery. And again, you are the captain of your own ship, so you get to decide what you do on your day-to-day basis, how you drive, how much you drive. You know, as long as you're not late, that's all that matters. But yeah, man, we're still grinding, we're still out here, man. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy a little bit of this view. I mean, it's not that great, but it's all right, I guess. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the view a little bit, and I'll tune in with you guys in just a bit. So the other day, I was team driving with Jovan, right? Like when I was still at the other company, and it was my shift, so I was driving, and I was literally like down to like the 6 minutes, 6 to 10 minutes, something like that. That's all I needed to get to the truck stop that I was gonna go to, so that we can switch seats, and it was gonna be his turn to drive, right? So, I'm doing my thing, I'm driving, I'm minding my own business, doing my own thing, and then out of nowhere, I see cop lights. I'm like, what the hell? I look to my left, and it's a cop waving me down to stop. I was like, oh, hell no. Like, what did I do? What the hell did I do? And so I, pull over, slow down, and the first thing he asked me was like, you know why I stopped you, right? And I said, no. And he's like, well, I'm stopping you because you're swerving too much. So I'm like, swerving? Well, no, he didn't say swerving. He said I was leaning too much on my right shoulder. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, okay, like, so? Like, who cares? At first I thought, like, it doesn't matter. Like, he was in the center of the on the left shoulder. You know how some highways have like an area where they're in the middle of the whole highway of both northbound and southbound, whatever, they're in the middle. And so I was like, I mean, it's not like I lean into a car or something, but yeah, he was like, yeah, he asked me right away for my license and registration, the vehicle information. Oh no, first thing he asked was my logbooks. He's like, I just want to make sure that you're not driving more than you should. There's some drivers that do that, and like, I just want to make sure you're not sleepy. And I'm like, no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm like, honestly, I just got like 7 minutes to go, and I'm getting to my destination right now. I was gonna pull over and switch with my team driver. He's like, okay, well, let me just check your logs, and then I'm gonna go do a report. I'm gonna do a third level inspection or something like that. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, he took all the paperwork, he took my logs, he checked them out, gave me a temp back, everything was good. And then he comes back, to tell me that, oh yeah, his system's down, so he couldn't really complete it. So he did waste at least 30 minutes out of my time, 30-40 minutes for nothing. It's like, dude, what the heck? And then when he came back, he said he gave me a warning ticket for, I don't even remember. It was like something totally different than what he actually explained to me why he had stopped me. But I thought it was so random, dude. I'm like, why are you gonna stop me, man? Just because I lean to the right? And then I realized, I'm like, man, it's freaking windy outside. So I realized, like, yeah, like, it is windy enough where it's actually making you fight against the wind. It was like pushing me towards the right a lot. So I'm like, man, does this cop not realize that it was windy outside? But I didn't tell him that. I thought about it afterwards. But that was the honest truth. Like, if I was leaning towards my right shoulder, first of all, that's not a bad thing, because that's how I drive most of my time. I like leaning towards the right. I don't know about you guys, but I like to lean on the right more, like not be on the shoulder, but lean on on my lane towards the right, so that the cars that are passing me on the left, they don't like struggle. You know what I mean? So that's what I usually like to do. Obviously, if there's a car on the right side on the shoulder, and then I switch lanes, so that I don't have to pass right next to him. But I just thought it was super random, and at the end of the day, I thought he was gonna give me like a good report back for my inspection. And yeah, he just came back and told me that apparently his system was down. So I was like, that's BS, man. I don't know. I just think he probably thought he was gonna catch me slipping, like my logs were gonna be messed up. Then he went to go do a quick visual inspection on the truck and trailer. Everything was good. So he was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do the report, I'm just gonna let him go. I'm like, man, I was just kind of hoping that I got a good report back, but it is what it is. I just thought it was super random that he stopped me for that reason. I'm like, okay, whatever, sure, why not, sir? You probably have a quota to reach, a quota to meet, so it's all good. I don't know if you guys have had any weird situations like that, but you know, for me, that's my first time. I had a time where I was driving at night towards like Tennessee. I think it was on the 24, and then yeah, I got not towards Tennessee. I was already in Tennessee. I was going up to like Ohio, but I was on the 24 going northbound, and then it was at night. You know, it was at nighttime, so I was like 12 o'clock at night, and then I just randomly see some freaking sirens. You know, everything was pitch black. I couldn't see anything, and then randomly, bam! I see a bunch of freaking lights behind me, and I'm like, what the heck? So I look, and then I stop. You know, and he did a random inspection on me, dude. So I was like, man, this guy, you know, this guy's crazy. And I asked him, I'm like, sir, is there a reason for you stopping me? And then he was like, well, I can stop you for whatever I want. He's like, I'm gonna do a inspection on you right now, but you don't need to be asking me that. I can stop you whenever I want. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I was just wondering, like, if I did something wrong. Or he's like, no, I'm gonna do an inspection on you, so I need your logs, I need this, I need that. I was like, oh, beep. I was like, damn, freaking aggressive cop, man. So anyway, so that was another time, but yeah, that one was a good inspection. He did my inspection, looked at my logs, everything was great. You know, went around, checked out the truck and trailer, everything was great. Paperwork of the truck was good, and so I got a good report back. You know, the companies always get very happy when you get a positive report, because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but they get how do I say this? They get qualified based on a percentage, you know, depending on how many times you get inspected and how many times you fail or pass. So, you know, if you got 2 inspections total on the driver, and or not the driver, the company, if you got only 2 inspections so far, out of all your drivers, you only got inspected twice, and out of those 2 inspections, one of them you pass and the other one you failed, you have a 50% rate of pass, a 50% passing rate of having everything legit, you know. And so I think it's important to them, because I think insurances look at that report. I think, you know, don't quote me on that, but I think they do. And then based on those reports, they determine, you know, how reliable they are, and maybe their insurance costs are either more or less depending on that report. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. But I know that they do care a lot about that report, you know. So they always want to have, you know, a higher percentage of passing inspections than not, you know. But yeah, so far I haven't failed any of them. So far I've actually passed all of them. I had another one too at Open Trailer LLC. I never got one at Schneider, but I was only with them for 3 weeks, but at Open Trailer LLC I got another one and I passed. You know, that was my first one on my first week out with them. You know, I was probably like 2 days in or 3, and obviously, you know, I passed. Nothing wrong with the truck, nothing wrong with my logs, everything was great. And yeah, so they always get happy when that happens, you know. And then you got the Sour Patch, you know. You got the rotten apple in the bag of good apples. You know, you got a driver that doesn't care, that does everything wrong, you know. Roughly around the time when I had joined that company, there was another driver that they had to fire. And this guy literally, man, just apparently he was very, very inefficient with his time. He would waste so much time, and then on top of that, he had violations, and he had a couple of negative reports on his to the company. Inspections, not reports. One of them, he got inspected for the truck. That wasn't his fault. He got put out of service. And then they, you know, because they didn't have full inspection on him, level 3 inspection to check his logs were bad. He had a violation on there. So then he got put out of service for that too. And so yeah, you got people, man, that just don't care. So when you got people, you got companies that ask you, small companies, man, first thing they're gonna ask you, do you have any violations? and they pay close attention to that because, you know, depending on if you do or not and how long you've been trucking, they're gonna be like, all right, this guy's pretty reliable, or this guy's not reliable at all, you know. So yeah, try not to get violations, try not to get put out of service because you got violations, or you know, or sometimes a truck has something wrong and you could avoid it, you know, by going to a truck stop a while ago or whatever, and you didn't, you procrastinated, and then next thing you know, you got inspected and you got put out of service because there's something wrong with the truck. So yeah, don't get violations, don't get put out of service for something, and don't, you know, don't make the company you're working for get bad reports, you know. So that's a little bit of tips and advice for my fellow rookies. Alright, what is going on, YouTube? What is going on? We are literally a couple of minutes away from arriving to our destination. It's in Amazon, I think, here in New Jersey. So yeah, let's do it, man. I don't think I've ever been to this one before, but you know, it's always good to see new places. It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, just because you just don't know what to expect in regards to the place. But other than that, you know, it's all good. It's gonna be on my left-hand side, so let's do it. This place kinda does look familiar to me, man. So I don't know. I think I have been here before, but I'm not sure 100%. So we're gonna have to find out. Is it on the right or on the left? Well, I see Amazon on the right, but it's telling me to go to the left. So which one is it? Hold on, guys, hold on. Alright, yeah, I think it is on the left. So we just gotta keep driving. I got people behind me. They're probably like, what the hell is this weirdo doing? Get out of the way! Get out of the way! Boom, 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 bada boom, 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 boom. 2279. I'm looking for 2277. Where is it at? I'm just letting all these cars pass by. I see Amazon right here on the front. Here we go, baby, come on. Let's make some money, baby. Let's drop this off. And woo! Truck entrance only. All right. There we go. All right, you guys, I'm gonna have to stop the video for just a bit so I can get my information and talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, here we go. It's at dock door number 126. Got to get the seal cut. This gentleman right here is gonna do me the favor to cut my seal. They got these machines that are pretty easy. What's going on, man? So yeah, it's dock door number 126. He's gonna cut my seal. I'm gonna let me see, where'd he go? Oh, there we go, he's done. So 126, he cut the seal. I'm gonna open up the doors. I'm gonna set the tripod and I'm gonna back it up. Make some money, back it up. So you guys remember, whenever you're gonna set up to back up, it's gonna be an easy one. There's no trucks and trailers next to me. So mine is right here. Look, I'm gonna show you guys real quick. 126. All right. If you don't set up right, you're gonna struggle to back up. So when you're at 126, you gotta pull up a trailer and a half. All right. So don't forget a trailer and a half. All right. A trailer and a half. This is one trailer, and I'm gonna be right in the middle myself, right, of the other one, the second trailer. A trailer and a half. Then there we go. So I'm gonna take you guys with me because I'm gonna drop you guys off so I can show you guys how I'm backing up. So 126 would be this one right here. 126 right there. That way. So I'm gonna post up right here, facing that way, I guess. So whenever you guys are backing up, I know most of the times you don't get out and you do this, you know, but whenever you guys are going to be backing up, you always want to find a marker on the ground that you can guide your tandems to. So this is the line. This is the trailer line. This is what I'm gonna be using right here. And this is where I'm gonna want my tandem tires on my driver's side to be going, to be following this line. And this is gonna put me right in front of that the dock door, and it should put me perfectly in. That's the thing I like about Amazon trailer or dock doors, dock areas, that they draw a line to one side so that you can guide your tandems and you can be right on the spot. Other places, they don't do that. They just put the lines right in the middle, and then you kind of have to mess around with it or whatever. But anyway, so here we go. So the way you guys are facing is 12 o'clock. Right now I'm facing 9 o'clock. I'm facing to you guys' left, right? So I'm facing 9 o'clock. So once you get to a trailer and a half, you do a hard right turn and you go to 12 o'clock. Right here I have enough space. I can go all the way to 12 o'clock, so I'm gonna do that. All right, so the rule of thumb is that if you go to whatever number, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, or whatever the case may be, all you gotta do is go back 3 hours. So at this point, you go to 12 o'clock, then you go to the left back to 9 o'clock. And so usually that should set you up in a very good spot. And sometimes if you are still too close, you gotta pull forward 10 feet, but that usually happens when you only pull up to like 11 o'clock or a little bit under that. But anyway, so at this point in time, I'm just chasing it because At this point in time, my trailer was already far enough, and if I would have turned right, it would have pivoted way too much. So I was chasing it, and I'm paying attention to that line that I'm gonna follow. And as you can tell, you know, my tandems are actually right above the line, but you know, I was starting to get a little bit over to the left too much. And so they do it just so that you have to be right on the edge, on the right side of it, in the inside of that line. And so I just snaked it upwards a little bit, and then I'm just bringing it back, just straight back at this point, you know, and then that's it. So if you set up right, you do everything right, there's no way you are gonna miss, man. Just set up yourself the right way. So again, Schneider teaches you to this situation. We're gonna uncouple. You need to bring down your landing gear first. So that's what we are going to be doing. We're going to be bringing down the landing gear. Bring down the landing gear. All right, here we go. Bring down the landing gear. So most trailers work this way. You reel it towards the back of the trailer. It's to leave it here. If you want to bring it to the truck and I mean raise the landing gear so you can take it with you, you go towards the truck. All right, so we're doing it towards the back of the trailer. I do one finger. It's up to you. Make sure you don't hit yourself because it hurts. I've never done it, but I heard that people have broken their teeth, so you definitely don't want to break your teeth. So you just go boom, 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 and this is the workout that I get for the day. Oh yeah, baby. Whoops. There we go. So see right there, it stopped. It already touched, and I mean, it's not on the side where I want it to be, so I'll go half, pull it back, bring it down, and that's it. When it comes to taking off your airlines, it's pretty easy. You just kind of hit it up like this, and there goes one, there goes the other one. Sometimes these things right here, I don't know if you guys can see them or not, but let me see if I can show you real quick. In between here is where you it locks, right? Sometimes this plastic thing or metal or thing right here, yeah, it's bent, so it's really hard to take out. Sometimes you gotta use and then your electrical comes out real quick. Like a hammer, you have to use a hammer or something to help you. But luckily this one, the owner, I don't know if he did something to him. It's like perfect. They go in and out really easily. So this right here is where you put your airlines. You're not connected to anything really. You're just storing them. You just gotta make sure that you're doing it right. You know, boom, boom. That's it. Same thing with this. You know, there's only one way to store it the proper way. If you do it like that, it's not in all the way. You know, you got to do it the right way, and there you go. That's it. And then when you're done doing that, now all you got to worry about is, all right, so the last thing on the list is pulling the damn, I keep forgetting what it's called, but you got to pull this lever to release the locking jaw, to open it up, to release the actual kingpin. And as soon as you're done doing that, you can come in here if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can do it. Make sure that it's open. And I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but let me see. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, there you go. It's no longer there. You'd see something kind of like going across like that, but it's not there obviously because I released it already. So as soon as you're done doing that, you are basically ready to go. All right, there we go, guys. So that's pretty much it for this one right here. We are pretty much done. 615 miles. It's roughly around $461.25. It's not a whole lot, but it's good enough. It could have taken me only 10 hours, but I had to take a break because I had not slept the night before. So yeah, that's the reason why, you know. But anyways, I mean, what do you guys think, man? If you ask me, that is, I don't know where else I can get paid that, you know. Obviously having your business, your own business, and multiple things, you can make that, but where can you go right now? You know, where can you go right now to make that money? I don't know. That's why I love trucking, man. You go through some beautiful places, and I enjoy it, man. I know trucking is not for everybody. but I'm glad it is for me. And if you think you can try it, if you think it might be for you, then I say, hey, give it a shot, man. Why not? Give it a shot, and you just never know until you try it. And like, I made a video a long time ago when I started with Schneider. My first day that I went to go pick up a trailer, the tractor, my first task, I said, hey, you know what's crazy? Some people do this out of passion, and some people do it out of necessity. All right, so right there I just pulled forward. So yeah, some people do this out of passion. Some people do it out of necessity. For me, personally, it started off as a necessity. I was tired of making under $1,000 a week. It was more like $500 a week. So I was really tired of that, and I looked into trucking for whatever reason, and then I ended up staying because the money is there, and it definitely can provide a lot more than what your current job is providing for you. You know, if you're making over $1,500 a week where you're at now, you're probably better off to stay there if you want. You know, you don't have to come out here and truck. But if you're making under $1,500 a week gross, it's better if you come out here and truck, man. You can make good money, man. I'm gonna do a review soon about my paycheck that I got last week. So I'll be doing that probably right now as soon as I'm done with this video. Yeah, I want to do that, and I have a video to make about the fuel prices, you know, the diesel prices. So got a lot of things to talk about. So hey man, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button. It definitely helps with the algorithm. If you have any questions, man, put it in the comments below. That's what I'm here for, is to help you guys out. So whatever questions you guys have, or in any way, shape, or form that I can help you, let me know, and I'll do my best to help you. That's what we are here for, man. All right, my truck kings, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Have a good one.